This video and others like it are funded by viewers like you. Thanks for your support. Okay, guys, happy Sunday. Let's talk visas and travel news. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. And now, news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. I'm DC Rob. This is the latest visa news for Colombia and for Brazil. For those who like to jump off to Brazil, I have a little bit of news for you also. And this first one's going to start with Brazil. It's entitled, Do the New Rules for Americans Traveling to Brazil Mean You Shouldn't Go? Well, starting January 10th, 2024, Brazil will require Americans, Canadians, and Australians to obtain a visa for entry into the country. The cost will be approximately $80 and allow multiple entries up to 10 years. Canadians and Australians only get 5 years. To apply electronically, you'll need the following, and here's the key. A flight reservation showing arrival and departure. No worries. 2 free visa pages, and get this, a bank statement showing a balance of at least $2,000 in the most recent 30 days of transactions. That's right. So that's why they're asking the question, will you even go? And put this in the comment section if you will. Comment, let me know. Would you go? I mean, I wouldn't. Would you go if they're asking for $2,000 and proof? How are you going to get this proof to them from your bank account that you got $2,000 and 30 days of transactional history? Are you going? Well, let's finish this story. Brazil had warned of a reinstated visa requirement that was supposed to start on October 1st, but it was pushed off. It's a move by President Luiz Ignacio Lula da Silva, reminiscent of Cleavon Little holding a gun to his head and blazing saddles. The U.S. didn't eliminate visa requirements for Brazilians, so he'll reduce tourism and business travel to his own country in response. There's no question that the U.S. makes it irrationally difficult to visit legally, so Brazil will make the irrationally difficult, but not as difficult in response. However, the hassle and cost of the visa isn't the real problem for Americans. It's the requirement to send a bank statement. My transactions for the last 30 days are none of Brazil's business. Sharing that data alone is reason enough to avoid going to the country. But providing financial details, including account balance, seems like an invitation for a member of the Brazilian civil service to sell that information to kidnap and ransom groups, let's just say. I don't use that word here if I can. Some of you will surely respond by pointing out the amount of personal information that the U.S. collects both as part of its visa process and through covert and sometimes illegal means. That's fair, but not really on point. I am not comfortable providing bank records to the Brazilian government as a condition of entry. Anyone choosing to do so might be advised to use an account with limited funds. Don't have much in that account, required to have $2,000 in it, and that isn't your primary account for transaction. That's what this article is about, okay? Evidently, we made our requirements for Brazilians to come to the United States difficult. So now President Lula is saying he's going to do the same thing. Show us 30 days worth of statements. I mean, I'm not going to any country where I got to show 30 days worth of financial statements and that I have 2,000 in an account. I'm not going to show that to them. Anyway, but on the flip side, for Colombia, the United States Embassy will deliver 20,000 work visas for Colombians. Here's who will benefit. The United States Embassy in Colombia has announced the allocation of 20,000 H-2B temporary work visas, marking the first time Colombia has been included in such a program. The visas aimed at non-agricultural workers offer a 1-year stay with the possibility of renewal twice, allowing up to 3 years in the United States territory. This initiative, described as a commitment by the Biden-Harris administration to expand legal channels as an alternative to unsafe migrant routes, benefits Colombians seeking better job opportunities and aims to address the shortages of American workers in specific sectors. To qualify, employers in the U.S. must present a petition on behalf of the prospective employees, demonstrating a temporary need for services or employments with a focus on short-term duration. Now, here's what I'm thinking. You guys that got gals down there that you want to visit the United States, you're looking to hire her, aren't you? I mean, you just need to find out what those sectors are that they're hiring for and allowing these visas to work for. I'm not saying do this, but as I'm reading this story, I'm reading your mind, and you're saying, okay, so I can hire somebody here for a year to 2 years, and some of you cats, that's good too. You may say 1 year's enough. I'm done. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to read your mind. And as I was reading this story, not saying it was on my mind, but I have a business. Do you have a business? Anybody can start a business, and it just needs to be in that particular sector. And you just need to petition on behalf of that employee to say that that employee is necessary for your business. Makes sense to me. Anyway, here's a quick Medellin safety report. With a campaign against theft, the police will accompany Christmas shoppers. The uniformed officers are in vehicles, so they are supported by drones and by the National Police Falcon. Special prevention, verification, and control plans are being carried out with personnel from the judicial police, men in civilian clothes and in uniform, especially around shopping centers, near financial institutions, and ATMs. The institution's intention is to provide security to people who withdraw money for year-end purchases, with identification, registration, background search, and judicial requirements plans supported by technology and new biometric systems. They allow security strategies against theft to be strengthened in execution of this Christmas plan. So there you go. Just so you know, I have been going back and forth with my contact there as far as security. So for those guys who emailed me, a week or so ago when I announced it, I have something I can send to you right now. So just shoot me an email again at dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, and I will send you this information as far as pricing for security, and that means security guards. I'm going to do a separate video on it, but I at least wanted to announce that here. I also wanted to send out my prayers and good vibes to my good buddy Terrence. Terrence is a viewer of mine for years. I actually met him at Sweet Georgia Cafe in Laureles. That's how long ago it was, not the Poblado location, actually during COVID a few years ago. So he's a good guy, former military. I'm wishing him good prayers and good vibes, and I'm hoping the rest of my viewers do the same. If anyone else is going through a struggle, Terrence lost his dad. But if there's anybody else who's going through any type of loss, a breakup, you just got out of the military and you're having, whatever type of stress on you from being back in civilian life or having to deal with what you've gone through in the military, hang on, number one. Talk to somebody, number two. And it's sometimes difficult, and I mentioned this a year ago when I went through my breakup. I asked for or reached out via my insurance to, I don't know if they're psychologist, psychiatrist, just needed somebody to talk to. And they told me it's like a month before I'm going to get an appointment. I went on Fiverr, where you contract people, and I found somebody to talk to, just somebody to listen to me and listen. That's really all I needed, somebody to hear my side of the story. And you may be in that position too. So if there's anybody else who is struggling with either mental issues or going through some mental trauma, drama, or loss, please join me in sending these individuals prayers and good vibes. And that just means our thoughts and good feeling. And I believe you can translate and transport those good feelings this way. So please join me in being with Terrence during this difficult time, as well as anyone else that I've reported on here that have lost a loved one in some of these freakish stories over the past couple of months in Colombia. Prayers and good vibes go with those families also. I just wanted to put that out. So thank you guys for sticking around to the end to even hearing this. But again, thank you guys for watching. Remember to travel, but travel safe. Okay, hold on, guys. Right quick. Remember, Christmas is coming in less than 2 weeks right now. If you need to have things shipped to Colombia, shipped to someone else, or shipped to yourself to Colombia from the United States, make sure you reach out to CaribbeanShipper.com. CaribbeanShipper.com. The contact information is coming next.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.